My dearest Aries, let me make something very clear to you. 2026 is the year you stop overgiving and start choosing yourself. Spirit is very clear in this reading. Something must be released, and not because you failed, but because you've outgrown this pattern. This year is about boundaries, clarity, and rebuilding yourself from a place of self-respect. Because when you stop pouring into empty cups, everything changes. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to Love Alchemy Tarot. My name is Valentina, and this reading is for all those of you who are born in the sign of Aries, but it also applies to those of you who are moon, rising, and Venus signs. So if this reading doesn't resonate for your sun sign, you can also watch the other readings that are on the channel. So the topic of this reading is to find out what 2026, this new year that we're approaching very, very fast, has in store for you when it comes to love, when it comes to transformation, when it comes to energy shifts, and what else the spirit and the universe might want to tell you. So I'm going to start very quickly with the Queen of the Moon oracles. I'm going to draw 3 cards. I've already pre-shuffled and cut the cards to find out what is the surrounding energy, the general energy surrounding those people born in the signs of Aries as we're moving into 2026. So what do you have in store for us, Spirit? Please tell me. For my Aries friends, the beautiful Aries collective, what is the energy as we're moving into 2026 for them? One more card. All right, let's see what's going on. So the first card I see, release. Beautiful, beautiful start. The second card that I see is gratitude. And the third card that I see is boundaries. Beautiful cards. I love the Queen of the Moon Oracle because the energy that is being brought to life through these cards tells me a very interesting story. So first of all, 2026 is going to be a year of dramatic change. We know it. We felt things shifting in the last couple of years, and if you have not felt the stagnation of this year of transition, 2025 has been a year in which many of us have felt that we couldn't move forward. We didn't really know how to release things from the past, and with this energy for you, it seems that you are coming into the new year. You're starting 2026 with this powerful energy of finally being able to let go of those things that no longer serve you, and it's wonderful. And whatever it is that you need to leave behind and you need to let go of, do so with gratitude. If we are anchored in our gratitude practice every day, and we can remember that despite all the challenges that we've been through, we have a lot to be grateful for in life. The Spirit is going to continue to give us a lot of beautiful experiences, a lot of beautiful lessons. And it seems that the most important lesson that you're supposed to learn is that this year is going to be a year where you need to focus on setting and expressing very clear boundaries. I know for many of the people that I work with, my coaching clients, my hypnotherapy clients, the word boundaries sometimes feels very challenging because we think that when we say no to people, we are going to be rejected and we're going to be seen as the bad person. But in actual fact, boundaries do not close doors. They teach the others around us how to love us better. So I know from personal experience that it's very hard to say no and to set clear boundaries to the people that we love, for those relationships that we cherish. However, it is really the only way that we can truly create the love that we want in life. I don't know if you can see these cards. I'm gonna do this a little bit more. All right. So now I wanted you to see the cards a little bit better. I don't know if they're upside down anyway, so you're probably not going to see much of it. But here we go. Let's see with tarot. Spirit, explain a little bit more. Tell me more about this energy of release and boundaries that my beautiful Aries friends need to focus on this year, that it's coming their way. I have one card, the Page of Cups in reverse. So what is happening in 2026 for the Aries collective? What's the energy surrounding them? Tell me a little bit more about releasing and boundaries. Wow, did you see how this card stood on the side? Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. What do they need? What is currently surrounding them? One more, please. All right. Oof, the Sun. Beautiful. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords. Okay, so with release, boundaries, and the Four of Swords, I feel that 2026 is going to be a year where you're going to do you're going to spend a lot of time in introspection, in focusing on yourself, in taking time to move away maybe from the distractions of the outside world and those things that have been maybe pestering you a little bit in 2025, and spend time with yourself. And yes, you have two cards here in reverse, the Page of Cups in reverse. The Page of Cups is this energy of a new beginning in love, and with this card in reverse, I feel that is not going to be your focus. If you already have someone in your life that you feel the need to release, this may be a good moment. And I feel that the reason for that is because this relationship has not been very balanced, that there has not been enough equal give and take, there has not been enough generosity. And when we are stuck in these kind of patterns where we keep giving and we're not receiving, basically the relationship is not reciprocal, we're not receiving enough love in return, then is not going to work for us. But the message here is that if you do release this, if you let go and you don't really expect that the relationship is going to get better, that the person that you have maybe on your mind has not and will not be able to fill your cup and to give you the kind of energy and love that you desire, the universe is telling you that this release is going to bring you a lot of happiness. So despite the fact that there are potential challenges in this current situation that you are in, the news is very good, because you are definitely going to find happiness and joy at the end of it. Once you let go of the patterns that are not working for you currently, then you will be able to find happiness and joy. So, Spirit, tell me, what is stopping my Aries friends from releasing, from walking away, and from putting boundaries in the current situation they are in? What is stopping them? What is blocking them? What are the blocks and barriers that prevent this happiness from being present in their life already? So tell me more. Oops, whoa, nice. Excellent. At the bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups in reverse. So with the Ace of Cups in reverse, I feel that definitely your cup has not been filled in this relationship. So you've not felt that it was a reciprocal relationship, as we saw before, that things have not been going your way and you haven't felt happy. And there is basically no potential here for a new beginning in love. But that might be really the best news ever, because you also have here the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So the Page of Pentacles, which actually the two characters in these cards are very similar. So you have, like I said, the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So this card told us that there isn't enough equal give and take in your relationship, and essentially this relationship is not giving you the stability and the certainty that you need. So with these cards here, I feel that this is a confirmation that you have not really received the kind of powerful, that you are not in a relationship that has a strong foundation that you can build something on, and you really need to to approach this situation with a lot of clarity, with a lot of determination, and with very clear communication, and essentially cut the cords. You know, the King of Swords is someone who's very decisive, who's very clear with their communication, with their intention, who has a very clear vision. And this is something that you really need to follow, because here you also have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So you really need to end whatever betrayal, whatever lies, whatever deceit has been and betrayal has been present in your relationship, because only by communicating things very clearly you can end this pattern of lies and sneakiness and people going behind your back. I'm not saying that you have been betrayed. There is no indication whatsoever that there are third parties present in the situation at hand with the person on your mind, but I'm seeing very clearly that this relationship has not offered you the fulfillment and joy that you have desired, and this is available to you when you release all these old patterns. Now, it could also mean that you need to release a way of thinking about this relationship and start from scratch, from a new beginning. But let's see. Spirit, please tell me, what is the focus area for my Aries friends? What should they focus on in terms of action for next year? What should they focus on? First card here, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So you need to focus on creating a stable relationship. And one more, please. One more card, please, for focus. What should my Aries friends focus on in 2026? All right. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the Moon in reverse. So with the Moon in reverse, the message here in the unknown, in the subconscious, is that you're going to have to work on bringing to light some of the shadows, some of the secrets, some of the things that are in the unknown, but also to really face your fears and all the things that you've maybe been hiding from in the past. Of course, releasing, letting go of an old pattern really brings up a lot of potential shadows, our fear of being abandoned, our fear of being rejected. All of those things are hiding, and they have to be revealed here with the Moon in reverse. And because you do want to focus on creating stability for yourself, yes, the Ten of Pentacles is a card that represents wish fulfillment and everything that you desire with a partner. But the way I'm interpreting this card is that you really need to focus on creating your foundation, that there is a path here for you to reach the ultimate level of stability and the life that you desire. And the second card that came is the Three of Cups in reverse. So sometimes, yes, the Three of Cups can represent a third-party energy, but with it in reverse, it can mean, to me, the way I see this is this particular card shows a person pouring from two cups into one cup, which again, even though this is not the regular meaning of this card, which usually talks about friendship and partying with others, celebrating with others, to me this says that you need to be the one focusing on filling your own cup, because only that way can your cup really be truly full. So it's a card that reminds me of, you know, self-love. We've had the Ace of Cups in reverse, which also, to me, when we read it in reverse, can mean that we need to fill our own cup and to focus on our own happiness. And the universe might have given you a lot of confusing messages. So we have here the Seven of Cups, which can talk about confusion, but it can talk about options. So the way I see it is that ultimately your focus and attention needs to go into what else is available for you out there. Ultimately, there's no point holding on to a relationship that is not satisfying and is not fulfilling our needs. And instead of keep giving to someone who doesn't give us anything in return or not enough in return, it is best for us to take a look around and see what's happening. Of course, the situation can be a little bit confusing, but that does not mean that you are not able to find clarity, especially as you have the King of Swords here, which is very much a card of clarity and clear communication. I encourage you to really focus your attention on determining what is your actual vision for the future. What is it that you actually want in life, in love, for the universe to be able to provide that path, to open that path for you. So what action is my Aries viewer supposed to take? What action should they take? What action are they supposed to take to find this happiness? What action are they supposed to take? Taking action in terms of healing, in terms of... okay, we have quite a few cards. Okay, actually not that many. All right. Bottom of the deck energy, the Empress. That's beautiful for action, because it is a reminder that ultimately when you stand in your power, when you know that when you are healed, you attract what you deserve instead of chasing. So you are truly standing in your feminine power. You are nurturing and caring. There is a lot of creativity that is present in this card. So the message here is that definitely, even though things have been complicated and you might have stagnated, you might be caught up in some sort of internal conflict, this conflict will be resolved because you might get a spark of inspiration, maybe a new person coming into your life, a new energy of someone who triggers your attention, a new potential that could be a passionate new beginning with someone else, even though right now ultimately you need to focus on your own stability and focus on healing your childhood wounds. It could also be someone from the past that is coming back into your life and might actually give you a little bit more information or an impetus towards creating something new. And this new version of yourself, this new energy might bring you an end of all the conflicts. So what Spirit is telling you here is that next year can be a very interesting year for you when it comes to healing and resetting of old patterns. So what is the potential outcome that my Aries friends can look forward to, Spirit? What is the potential outcome here? We have already a lot of cards. I'm not going to take all of these because there's too many of them, and it could be because I was clumsy when I was shuffling. So what is the potential outcome? Tell me again. Potential outcome for my Aries friend, please. Okay, here we go. I think now we have still a few cards, but I'm going to read them all this time. All right. Here we go. So we have the Emperor, we had the Empress at the bottom of the deck. So the Emperor is a card that speaks of you standing in your power once again. You have the Three of Pentacles, which is a card of creating strong foundations. So the message here is that if you really balance your masculine and feminine energy and you are able to create a strong foundation, maybe you're going to find someone that you can collaborate with to create something new. All of these other three cards are actually in reverse. So you have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, which is beautiful. It means that you're going to need to heal your pattern of feeling rejected and abandoned and left out in the cold. You're also going to heal your fears and anxieties. So with the Nine of Swords in reverse, this says that you're going to stop worrying about what is not happening and you're going to focus on new things. But here you also have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this card really represents an energy of a new beginning, a stable new beginning. But right now there is still some blockage around this new beginning, which you can only release once you've healed these patterns that are gonna keeping you stuck. And again, my eyes have gone to this card of stagnation and the fact that you need to set very clear boundaries. And if you don't know how to do any of this, because I know it's challenging, I invite you to comment below and you can win a free relationship diagnostic sessions with me, where we can explore what exactly needs to happen for you to make this shift, to make this transition, to open yourself up and to heal from these wounds that are essentially keeping you stuck in an old pattern, because I know one of the most difficult things when it comes to releasing is to know what to replace this pattern with. So if you're interested, I'm also giving away 3 personal readings in the month of January, and you can enter this by actually liking, subscribing, and even sharing this video. So please comment below if it resonated with you and tell me which part of this reading hit home. And I look forward to seeing you in my next reading next year.